Never met someone like you, felt something like your touch. I wish we would've met tonight. Sure, I've had lovers in my past, won't lie, I've had a blast, but none of them had your humor.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the 8th episode of The Southern Crown. My name is Chloe Dietz, I'm your host, and today I'm here with...
Hi everyone, my name is Kenni Jandt. I'm your 2025 Lone Star State Ultimate USA Teen.
I'm so excited to have you here, Kenni.
I'm so excited. I've heard all about this. I watch all the videos and I just can't wait.
Yay! Okay, so I do want to start off I want you to tell me all about pageants, how you got started in pageants, and where you are today.
So my mom always told me to use my styles for good and not for evil. So I started out with NAM and I was like 4 and I did it just for fun. Like I didn't really know what it was about. And then I didn't get a crown and I was like, wait,
what happened?
I was like, oh, you actually have to work for this. This isn't just fun. And then I fell in love. I was actually the first ever national runway title for NAM. Yeah. So I went there in 2013, I think, and I won a national title there. And then ever since then, that took off my pageant. I've been doing it ever since.
Yay, that's so awesome. And then just this past October, I think, is whenever we competed in Texas High School together, and you were top 5 with me, so that was super fun. And then you went on and you did Texas Ultimate Lone Star USA. Yes. Okay, yes. So I want to hear all about that. I want to hear about the weekend, how you got into that system, all that.
Okay, so a part of my platform is being very vulnerable. So to be completely honest, I was so worn out of pageants. You've been doing it for so many years, and I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough. I'm scared. And then I was like, well, you know what? This is my time. I mean, if it's put in my path to go down, I might as well just try it. I've heard so many great things about the system. The directors are so involved, and they really want, just like High School America, they really want your national experience to be just like your state experience. It was full of parties. It was full of just really getting to meet the girls, have one-on-one time.
That's fun.
And yeah, it was jam-packed. There was definitely no time to stop and breathe.
Right.
But yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. And then you ended up winning that, and I do want to hear more about your platform. So everything you've done, leading up to that pageant with your platform, and then now what you're planning to do, going to nationals with it, all that good stuff.
Okay, so my platform is called I Am Strong, and basically what it is it teaches youth mental health awareness. When I was in 8th grade, I had my grandma, a pageant director that I had in 3 years, and my great-grandma passed away in 2 to 3 months, and I'm in 8th grade, I'm going through puberty, I had so much, and so I didn't really know how to handle it, so I went to my school counselors, but it felt like they just kind of had to help me because that was their job.
That's their job, yeah, they don't really care.
Yeah. And so it helped a little bit, but I was dealing with so much anxiety, I was missing school over little things. Fun fact, I had the weirdest fear of fire drills, I had to get pulled out of class, I was missing school, all of this stuff, and I felt you know what, there's other people going through this that are my age, and how cool is it that I can connect to them on a personal level because I've been through it myself. And I feel that starts with the youth. They are the future of tomorrow. And if I can go in and I can instill all of these into them, then that's what I'm going to do.
That's amazing. Okay, so what grade are you in right now?
I'm in 11th grade. Junior year is no joke.
I want to hear about your experience with junior year because for me, it's crazy.
Okay, so everyone was always junior year is the worst. It's so bad. And I was like, no, there's no way
it can be that bad.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's not that bad. I think I cried every single day my first week of school. Yeah. I have not had the best week, again, being vulnerable. I think I cried every day this week too.
Stop.
And because junior year is no joke, guys, especially when you're taking AP classes. Yes. I'm on my varsity cheer team. I'm in NHS, so I have to keep all my grades up all the time. But honestly, I feel I'm gaining so much more out of it because I'm learning not only about myself, but I'm learning time management. I'm learning about my friendships. I'm learning about, just little things and life things that are going to carry me on into college and other stuff like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, college. We're going to be in college in a year.
For me
this year, next year I'll be in college.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't feel I'm ready for that, but I do feel the stress and all of what everybody says is so awful about our junior year.
Yeah.
It's really building us up to college.
For sure,
It's really preparing me, I feel like, because we're old enough now to where we're kind of forced to do things on our own.
Yes.
So it's a lot of independence and a lot of what you said, time management. So yeah. I'm glad that we had that this year to like launch us into college. So I want to hear your ambition. You talked a little bit about like kinesiology or tell me more about what.
Okay. So whenever I started my platform, I'd always wanted to be like a child psychologist or like look into something like that. But then I was like, honestly, I don't have that great of an attention span, so I don't really feel like I could just sit all day. Like, I want to be constantly actively moving. And so I kind of looked down, like, okay, like, what's an occupational therapist? Like, do I have to go to medical school? Do I have to do all of this? Because to be completely honest, school is not my thing. I do not like school. If I could leave school like 5 hours early, I have a 7-hour day every day, I would. But I really do like love kids. It's something that I'm really involved in, and I went to physical therapy growing up, actually at NAM Nationals. I sprained my ankle ice skating.
Oh my gosh, at Nationals?
Yes, and I was in the princess division because I was ice skating and I thought I could like jump over a piece of ice.
Oh, you ate that.
I could not. And so I went to physical therapy growing up, but I'm really involved with like our special ed at my school. And so you're also working with like special ed kids, you're working with kids who maybe have, difficult problems at home that aren't taught how to put on a shirt, aren't taught how to brush your teeth. And it's also like I'm installing, my values into them, but I'm also helping them do like certain basic things that like we all know how to do.
For sure. I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like we wouldn't have as big of goals if it wasn't for pageants.
Oh my gosh, yes, yeah.
Like, how do you feel like pageants have affected like you overall as a person, like how you want to be perceived and all that kind of stuff? I'm
huge on girlhood. I love girlhood, and that's literally what pageants are. I think not only have they made me a more confident person, I love working the runway, I love doing all those little fun things, but my pageant coaches, my interview coaches, my mom who's behind the scenes, give it up for pageant moms because they do so much work, and I think like it goes unrecognized, and like sometimes I'll be like a little pageant monster and I'm like, Mom, like get away, but but I am, like my mom will literally like tell my brother, she's like, Kenni, like don't like read, like do not go around reading right now, because she's in like, because when I get like in, I'm like focused, like locked in, and like I know we all like don't lie, like I know we've all been like that, but like they have installed so much, and there's so much like inspiration in pageants. Everybody genuinely wants like what's best for you. They want to see you grow, they want to see you, and like feedback from the judges and everything. It's just like good, genuine people that you're constantly around that are motivating you and empowering young women, and that's what I want to do with my title, because I feel like that really is like the root of pageants and what they are. I had like a big like friend group kind of like breakout at the beginning of this year, and I just remember like crying. I remember being like, why am I like why do me and these people not get along? Like we used to be the best of friends.
What's changing?
Honestly, but honestly, like you really are gonna find your people, and now that I have like such good support systems around me, when I have days that like this week, I literally was on the phone with my 2 best friends for like ever, and I was like, I just don't know what to do. And also like these people are going through this stuff with you, and that's why I think vulnerability is so important, because I was texting them like, I just feel tired, I feel weak, I feel whatever, and they were like, no, I feel the exact way, but here's how we can help it. And I also think not just having people like your age, but having people that are older than you. Like I have a best friend in college, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, like I just need your help, I just need wisdom.
She's like, I was there a couple years ago.
No, literally, she literally has the best advice for like anything. Like I could be like, how do you like start a car, and she would know exactly, but then I would be like, how do you like get over like a breakup or like something like that, and she would know like everything. So I love community is key, is what I say.
Absolutely.
Because like really it is the people that you surround yourself that you are like, and how you are, like people are going to gravitate towards that.
Okay, so what do you you do to help you through those hard times like this week? I know you told me you were on the phone with your friends, but personally, like self-care wise, what do you do to help you get through those hard times?
So I really learned this week, listen to your body. You know, listen to your mind, listen to what it's telling you. I have a journal that I write in every morning and every night, and it's so useful because it's like, what did you learn today? Like, what's your word of affirmation? What are you excited for?
Sure.
And not only does it help you with like gratitude, but it also helps me with like, here's what I need to like look at in my life. So I think like taking moments in life just to like pause and relax and rest. I love sleep. Let me tell you, I take my 5 o'clock afternoon naps almost daily.
That's like going to bed for the night.
No, okay, that's what everybody
5 o'clock
says.
is way too late.
That's what everybody says. But then I like wake up so rejuvenated, and
When do
then
you
I'm
eat dinner?
like 8.
Girl, what? That's
Yeah.
not how I go to bed.
No, it's like because I have really late nights. Like I'm in cheer like half of the week, or like I'm coaching the other week. Yeah, so it's
true.
like, but I love like journaling is such a, and just having like quiet time to yourself. Like put your phone on do not disturb, watch your favorite TV show, a nice like hot, oh my gosh. Like I literally, you know when you have those days where you can just like feel the stress on you?
Yes.
That was literally how my week was, and I took like, my family gets mad at me because I take like 45-minute showers. Like I'm not even kidding. And like I just felt the stress like come off of me. But yeah, I think mainly like just listen to your mind and listen to your body, because it's telling you stuff for a reason. It's not just there in the back of your mind. Like you do need to listen
and
to
no
it.
one knows ourselves better than we do.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like it's always like you kind of have a feeling, you know what's wrong. Like have you ever been sick and you're like, okay, like I feel like I have the flu, and then you go and find out you actually have the flu, and you're like, okay, I'm not a doctor, but like I hate that.
But like, right?
Like, no one knows us better than we do, you know? Being able to have that reflection on who you are as a person and what your purpose is beyond just the crown and beyond like, I don't know, beyond your platform even.
Yeah.
Like your really internal, like deep-rooted purpose. That's what will ultimately push you farther than anyone else. So it's great that you were able to like have that time, and I mean you came out very strong, winning state or ultimate Lone Star and all that. Yeah. And now you're gonna go to the nationals, and I know you're gonna eat it up. I'm very excited.
I really hope so. Yeah, it's like I am so excited. I have all my outfits planned out.
Yes.
Like I literally have everything, but it's in Florida, so
that's fun.
I'm hoping I get a good tan.
Yes, and in July you can like stay a little extra. Like,
yeah, like
beforehand,
like take a little swim, a little dive.
I love it.
But yeah, I'm so excited. I actually have not been to a nationals for like 3 years because I came off of a national title, and then I went to Texas High School America for my first year, like a year later. And then, not gonna lie, I low-key slacked and I did not do anything after that year. And now I'm like getting back in the swing of stuff. So, and I think that's also where like finding my confidence is again, because I was on such a high like after I had this like national title.
Right.
And then it's like, oh my gosh, like what do I do from here? Because it's like you're still serving and doing everything, but it's like you're not actively competing. So it's a different kind of like pageant.
It's a different mindset that you get into. Like I know that I was like Texas Cinderella teen, and that whole year, like that's a lot for that system. Like you go to prelims every single weekend,
oh my god,
and like performer talent every single weekend all year, and it was just a lot, and I was really burnt out, honestly. Yeah. So by the time that I competed Texas USA last year, and I was like, oh, I'm at my peak. I'm like really slaying life right now. I've never been better. And looking back on that, I look at that girl like, girl, you were tired.
Right.
Yes. I gave up my title, I'm pretty sure, like 2 weeks before I went and competed. And that pageant is over a week long. That was over a week of me, like, literally, like, going and performing a talent every day and, like, being, oh my gosh, it was so much.
It's a lot,
but it burns you out, like, after a year. So I know what you're saying, like, coming off of your year and, like, needing, like, a full, like, hard reset of yourself.
Don't get discouraged if you start pageants later on. Like, I know me and you, we were raised, you know, in pageants, so it's like, it comes natural, or, like, it's easier for us, but, like, I know girls who, it's their first, like, our Ultimate Miss USA junior teen, it was her first ever national pageant.
I love that.
And she has a title, so, like, don't be discouraged and don't feel like, oh my gosh, like, I have a, like, disadvantage because I haven't been doing it as long, like,
sometimes I feel like that's an advantage.
It really is.
Because I feel like being involved in it for so long, we have a lot of expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, okay, every system, for people who don't know, it's a whole different culture, it's a whole different vibe.
Yes.
And you kind of try to conform yourself to that system,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not what you should do. But it's what happens.
And it's like, so everyone's like, be authentic, and it's like, you can, but honestly, like, it is difficult.
I think that anything on stage, there's like a level of acting and performance to it, which is okay, because that's what it is. And that's all, like, pageants were literally created to, like, put people in the modeling and, like, acting world and be like a presentation of who was out there to hire, is what pageants were. So I think that that's totally fine, but that does get confusing as somebody who has been through so many systems, been through the ringer with everything, and somebody who's new and fresh. It's a like blank mindset, and you don't go in with the expectations or with like past things that have maybe like happened to you or whatever. You know,
helping people, like, I don't know. I think it's just like really heavy on my heart because like that's what my family is. Like, we're very like giving, and I was raised around that, but I've also seen the sides of like people who it's not been that way, you know?
For sure.
And so I feel like just, yes, going out and promoting my platform is a big part, but also just carrying that, like, those characteristics with me all the time also shows, like, something.
Absolutely. And I feel like those people, like you were saying, that reach out and tell you, like, thank you, you're doing your job, you're doing amazing, they always come at the perfect time.
Yes.
Because I know, like, sometimes I'm feeling really down on myself, and I'm like, oh gosh, like, I'm really slacking, I'm not doing what I need to do. And then somebody will DM me, and they're like, oh my gosh, I learned something today, because of, like, all my cycle stuff. That's usually what I get. It's like, oh my gosh, I learned something, or like, oh my gosh, what? And wow, like, I'll go to school and people will be like, ew, like, why are you talking about periods? I'm like, okay, well, you maybe go watch the page and you'll learn.
No, I get that.
And they always come at the right time.
I think, like, also, like you said, like, you're learning stuff. If you are, like, working on a platform, really have all the knowledge behind it.
Yes.
Because that is something, like, whenever I first created my platform, I was low-key slacking on.
Yes.
Like, I was just like, oh, okay, like, it's mental health awareness, you know? And, like, yes, that is an important thing. Yes, I had so many, like, statistics on that. But now it's, like, like I said, like, each letter of strong has a different, like, meaning for it. I know S is strength, T is together, R is resources, O is opportunity, N, knowledge. No, that's not even how you spell knowledge. N is something. Okay, so S is for strength. Strength in numbers, resources, and education is one of the most impactful ways that we can stop the stigma of mental health because, you know, we can talk about it, but I feel like actually going out and doing something about it is going to stop the stigma. T is for together. 22.8% of people in the U.S. struggle with mental health, and so going together, being vulnerable about it. I mean, me and Chloe are talking about it right now.
For sure,
you know, we're together, and people watching this is going to spread so much awareness.
Even if I get one view, which hopefully we don't, but even if we got one view, that would be a viewer.
Yeah, somebody would know about it.
Exactly.
You know? R is resources, and that was like the whole like NAMI like communications things that we were talking about. O is for openness, and that is like I said, one of my community and vulnerability. I think I get asked this all the time, like, what is the most important characteristic as a title holder? Because like you said, like, we are told to fit into so many stereotypes, especially being 16 years old and then being in pageants on top of that, you know, being a girl on
There's
top of that.
There's a lot of standards that we have to follow.
Exactly, and so just being open about it, like I said, I have literally cried every day this week, and I have been a hot mess this week, and I have been like, Kenny, you gotta pull yourself together. And just sharing that, I think, is going to help other people realize that it is okay to be open. And that's something that I really do strive to do, but at times it can be hard.
And you have to lead by example.
Exactly.
What you're doing right now, like, it's one thing to go and post and say, like, okay, we need to be more open and talk about it, but for you to actually come on here and be here and speak about your story specifically, it's very powerful.
I agree. Okay, and then N is numbers. This is what I was saying. 20% of adolescents may experience mental health awareness. So that's like if you have like, I don't know, like a class of 20 people, like 5 right? No.
4.
Guys, I'm telling y'all, because I'm in algebra 2.
Well, you're right, yeah, 5.
I'm in the lowest math you can be in as a junior, so.
It's okay, it's okay. I know people who are like in AP Stat, all this stuff, like, guys.
No, I have friends that are taking like 2 different kinds of math. Like
I did that last year. It was awful. That's the only reason I'm here, because I was behind too.
Oh my gosh, no, I could never. I love my algebra 2 class because I know what's going on in that class. Okay, if I was in any of these other, like, I'm dreading taking these classes next year. I'm not even taking a science next year because I'm like, I can just.
If you don't have to,
yeah, I'm taking like a plant science. Like,
I love it.
Like, I don't even know, but it's cool because like I get to work with the EA kids in my school, and like I said, like I'm really involved in them, like with them, and so it's fun because like I get to hang out with like my friends that I have in there and like install like characteristics into them and stuff like that. And then G is for goals. So it's like, what is our goal with stopping the stigma? What is our goal with spreading mental health awareness? Because even though like you said, like it's so easy to post about it, but actually talking about it, going out like in your community and doing something about it. I volunteered a couple years ago at a mental health mile walk. Yeah. Good thing it was a walk, guys. I cannot run to save my life. And cheer, we have like Mile Mondays. Hopefully my coach doesn't watch this because I walk every single one of them. And I am the last person on the track, and everyone's like, Kenni, and I'm just like, guys, I can't. Like
I swear, like,
yeah, like I have a heart condition, and so I'm like, it's my heart condition. It is not. I don't run.
And that's okay. We don't need to run.
Right, but I can
running in heels is okay. No,
right,
good.
But I can walk that mental health mile.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and that's like another thing is like I love physical health. I love mental health. Yeah.
I love that.
I also am a FACS mentor at my school. So
what is that?
So that's Family and Community Services. And I have 3 different buddies, and basically the kids that are like in this program, they either have like anger management, or they are not in the best situation at home, or they have like parents in jail and like little things, stuff like that. Like they're in therapy and like little things like that. And what I go into is I will like visit their classroom. We'll take like 30 minutes with them once a week. So like I do 2 elementary schools, and then I have 1 middle schooler. My middle schooler is crazy, y'all. The stuff that I hear about from like my middle schoolers is crazy. Like she showed me one text and it was like, can I hold your hand? So I was like,
I love it.
But yeah, so it's kind of just like I'm like a big sister to them, you know.
Sure.
And then I have to like document like if there's any, like things that would stick out that you wouldn't really like see. And that's like another thing is like, am I wearing my crown and banner when I go to this stuff? No, like I'm not promoting, my pageant, but it's like I am. Like, that's what I said, like, just having these characteristics, like, constantly installed in yourself. Yeah. Exactly. And so, from there, I plan to actually go into, like, little kids, little elementary schools, with my crown and banner on, and make friendship bracelets with them that say strong, because I know kids love friendship bracelets.
I mean, it's a fun activity.
I want a friendship bracelet myself, but it's also something that they can like relate to. So it's not like I'm just going in and showing them this slideshow that I have of like all my resources, all my everything, because they're just gonna be like,
what is this?
Yeah, like they're just like staring there like.
Okay, actually though, elementary kids are way more engaged than I thought they were.
Really?
Okay, I was in a class the other day, I was reading to them, and they had some really good questions for me. One of the girls, she looked at me, she was like, so what are you going to do whenever I beat you at Miss Universe? Are we going to be friends? And I was like, yes.
Kids are so, like, blunt. Like, they have no filter.
Like, they were asking some pretty good questions, too, though. And they were like, what do you do to prepare for being Miss Texas? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me just tell you.
Let me just,
No, yeah. So, I mean, don't underestimate the elementary kids. I have 4th graders, granted, but, like, still.
Yeah, they're like old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my, like, FACS kid, my first girl, oh my gosh, she is the sweetest. Like, she's a 4th grader. And then I have an 8th grader. And then I have another 4th grader. Yeah, I think. But he's a boy, so it's like...
It's different.
Yeah, I, like, try to connect with him, and he's just, like... And he gets mad, like...
4th grade boys were so sassy.
And they are. He gets so mad because, like, I sit with all my friends, and, like, they all have girls. Yeah. And then it's, like, I have, like, this boy, and so I always try and, like... connect with him, and he's just like, he was so mad the other week. He was like, I do not want to be here with all these girls. And I was like,
please.
I was like,
it's okay, friend. You're gonna look back and be grateful. That
that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
yeah.
not to like to my own horn, but I'm like the best buddy. Like,
yeah, literally, you're gonna look back and be like, dang, I should have like connected with Kenny more.
Exactly. And then I like to like embarrass. I guess he has like a little girlfriend or something. And so we love to like go over there and like mess around with him, because it is like they don't have like these role models in their life.
Sure.
You know, like they don't have people who like mess around with them, you know, like it's very like strict and uptight at home, and so like I always try to like release all the stress and everything. So yeah,
it's so fun. Okay, well, thank you for everything you do, and thank you for being on the podcast today. You did amazing. If you want to tell everybody how they can reach you on social media, like your handles and all that.
Okay, I will. So just be prepared. So my pageant page is Kenny's.pageant_page, and then my Lone Star page is just Ultimate USA Lone Star Teen, and then my personal page is Kenni.Jandt.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
And then you can find the podcast at the.southern-crown, and then my pageant page, Chloe.Pageants. So thank you so much for watching.
I had so much fun.
Yes, it was so great. And we'll see you in the next